Live from CBS 12, this is 12 News at 11.
More and more teenagers are smoking, but one local community has a controversial method to solve the problem. We're live with the story.
Good evening, I'm Walter Cryan.
And I'm Karen Adams. Underage smoking is a problem all cities and towns have a hard time solving.
Teen smoking is on the rise, but North Providence leaders think they may have just come up with a perfect solution to solve the problem. 12 News reporter Christine Johnson tells us how it involves the children themselves. Christine?
Walter, well, if there's one warning that could help minors be deterred from breaking the law, that is the warning of having their parents be told. And that's exactly what one town council member wants to do to help snuff out teen smoking.
Right now, North Providence has a 35% non-compliance rate with the state law. So I think we can do much better than that.
Part of town councilman Paul Cryan's proposal isn't anything we haven't heard before. He wants to prosecute vendors who sell to minors and enforce the law by setting up sting operations. What is new is he wants vendors to be required to hold a special town license, hire a police officer specifically to enforce the ordinance, and notify the parent if a minor is found to be in possession of tobacco.
Well, all I'm saying is let's enforce it. Let's not be so lackadaisical about when you see a child smoking, you just turn the other way and let him go. We have to deliver the message that this is a serious health problem.
Some of the council members aren't necessarily against Cryan's proposal, even the part about notifying the parents. But what they are concerned with is the possible barriers that might be put up as a result.
I just don't like the fine aspect of it with the minors. I don't like any type of confrontational approach. I think we should just take a proactive approach to it.
Tobacco vendors at tonight's meeting say this ordinance is redundant of federal and state laws already in place. They also believe tobacco is being singled out.
As far as I'm concerned, he is targeting the tobacco people, and again, with something that is already very much spelled out in the law.
As far as paying for a special police officer, Cryan plans to apply for funding, like from the state's tobacco settlement. If none is available at any time, the position would be eliminated.
The program is contingent upon funding, so no taxpayers' dollars are involved whatsoever. They should be paid for entirely through the tobacco company settlement money.
Now, this ordinance will now go through several committees for review. There will also likely be a public hearing held. Cryan says that he will be very flexible throughout this process. His main concern is to just help eliminate teen smoking here. Reporting live in North Providence, Christine Johnson, 12 News.
Thank you, Christine, for your report. Karen?
4 members of an Attleboro family were hospitalized tonight after an acid spill in their new home. It happened at this house on Minden Road about 7 tonight. Firefighters shut down several streets in the area off Route 1 in the city's south end. The owner of the house told police he opened a large jar and was burned when a liquid spilled on him. His wife and 2 12-year-old boys were also exposed. All 4 were transported to Rhode Island Hospital. No one was seriously hurt.
What was supposed to be a sweet deal has now turned sour. A Providence school may have had its fundraiser money embezzled by a member of the PTO. The story began developing last month when money from a candy sale was missing. Such sales happen all the time. Kids go door to door selling candy and collecting the money up front. But as 12 News reporter Glenn Laxton tells us, in this case, the candy never showed up.
Providence police are investigating at least one member of an elementary school's parent-teachers organization, and they're trying to determine what happened to a considerable amount of money raised by a kid's candy sale last year. The students are from the Camden Street Elementary School.
This came to the school's attention on early December, that the school was made aware of by calls from neighborhood parents, neighborhood members who had purchased some fundraiser candy through the PTO, and the merchandise had not been received.
The PTO is set to meet Wednesday night to discuss the issue. There has been no financial figure placed on the missing funds. Glenn Laxton, 12 News.
One area of concern centered around the field trips and other programs the candy money funded. Forrest says he doubts any of those programs will be affected.
A Taunton couple is behind bars tonight for allegedly beating their 7-month-old baby girl. Liza Putignano is recovering from a fractured skull and broken ribs. Her parents are accused of slapping her and kicking her across the floor. The father reportedly told police about the incident at the hospital last night.
He claimed that he'd been slapping the baby for about a week, including a skull fracture. The child was apparently on a ventilator. rib fractures, one contusion as a result of one blow to the chest.
The father's being held on $200,000 bail, the mother on $100,000.
A certified nursing assistant was arrested and charged with raping and impregnating a comatose patient at a Lawrence, Massachusetts nursing home. 37-year-old Israel Murray was taken into custody after DNA tests were done on samples from more than 24 men who had access to the woman's room. Janet Wu has more on this shocking case.
Mr. Moret was a certified nursing assistant who worked on the daycare, on the day shift and employed by the nursing home where the comatose victim had been a patient.
Burke said 37-year-old Moret has no previous police record, and the arrest was based almost entirely on DNA testing results. He said police got the blood samples voluntarily. As a certified nursing assistant at Town Manor Nursing Home, Moret had daily access to the 24-year-old comatose patient for more than 3 years.
We asked Mr. Murray today to, if he would voluntarily come and speak with us, which he agreed to. He came to the station, and we were waiting final results from some testing procedures, which came in at approximately 2 o'clock.
Moret, who had been working his regular shift earlier in the day at Town Manor, was immediately terminated, and the Sunrise Health Corporation, which owns the nursing home, called the arrest shocking and the alleged rape an isolated incident.
We have no other evidence that any other patients were abused physically or sexually, and we've been impressed with, the detectives have been particularly impressed, the investigators in this case, with the efforts of the nursing home to take all precautions and to be cooperative in this case.
That was Janet Wu reporting. Massachusetts Department of Social Services has temporary custody of the baby pending a court hearing on Thursday.
3 days and still no decision about how many union employees can picket outside Women and Infants Hospital. The two sides in the labor dispute spent the day at an injunction hearing. Women and Infants Management want to limit on the number of picketers. In the meantime, locked out hospital workers continue to picket. The court has not yet ruled on the injunction. As far as the lockout goes, contract talks are set to resume tomorrow morning at 9.
President Clinton today mailed a check for $850,000 to Paula Jones. The check officially ends the sexual harassment case Jones had filed against Clinton 4 years ago. A White House official says the money came from a Clinton blind trust and an insurance policy. How much of that check Jones will receive is still undecided. The former lawyers are filing a claim to get some of the money to pay their fees.
Fall River is battling race problems. The Massachusetts Attorney General's office wants a civil rights injunction against some members of a city street gang. Prosecutors say the Dover Boys launched a series of racially motivated attacks against minority children. Officials say a group of Cambodian American kids were playing in their church yard last May when 7 white males jumped the fence, wielding table legs, throwing rocks, and hurling racial slurs. The church says this injunction would guarantee his members' safety.
This is very serious because our church is a place of safety. And that's why this is so serious for us. And anything that attacks that